shape today. It took a lot longer than I expected. And I think that's one thing I've been trying to focus in on a lot more lately is just not wasting time, or being a little more aware of my time. Also, just being aware of the time when, or the days when it seems like I've wasted time. Because if you actually think about how much time you're really engaged in whatever you're doing, and if, for example, if money is tied to it, like working a job or doing something where you're making money, I realized there was times where I really wasn't. And I've always known I'm, for lack of beating around the bush, a lazy person. I know I am. I like to chill a lot. But it's more illuminated when you just kind of quickly go over your day or the previous day and how much you worked, and also just thinking about the time you were like being paid while you were on the clock. How much time were you actually working then? And it makes you think that there's a lot of time that's really not utilized, or I guess underutilized. And if you just start fixating on time, you'll eventually kind of come to the realization that time is not infinite for a human being's existence. You're only allotted a certain amount of time, and then at a point, that's dependent on your diet, your sleep patterns, and your health and exercise. And so how long you can live is really dependent on you and what you do and where you go. But honestly, I'm just trying lately to, this kind of always happens once volleyball season's over and I have one less thing to do, and I guess it's because that's one less 2.5 to 3 hour time dedication I've got each weekday, and then if it's a match day, it's even longer, and then traveling and everything. So now I don't think I've done a pod since the end of the season happened. We went out to Thousand Oaks, and in my opinion, we got waxed. We didn't get waxed, but the team was clearly better, and we ran into a situation where it would have been nice to have a gun, which we haven't all year. And by gun, I mean like a go-to, reliable player that really drives the team. And I mean, if we're talking about this year's team, our gun was our setter, but our setter cannot score all the points and set the other people. So, we just got exposed. We played okay. We just didn't play great enough. And then we got swept. I think the one set we got into the 20s, but we started, I think, all three of the sets down 0-5, 0-6. And it's just too big of a hole to dig out of, and we didn't get on any great serving runs, and so that kind of was it. I think that was the 19th, October 19th, Thursday, and then we were done. And so today's the 7th, so it's been about 3.5 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, long enough that hey, what do you know, life goes on. It sure does. But this was a special team just because we didn't have that gun, and we had been so successful in the wins-loss columns. But I mean, a lot of those matches we weren't winning by a ton. Like we won 3 5-set matches against our rivals, all like down the stretch. So super exciting, but nobody really gave us even an ounce of possibility to win those matches, and then we go and we win 3 or 4 of them. So it just felt like it was going to be like fun to keep that season going, and then you convince yourself that you can go all the way and you can get into banner contention, and then you get slayed in 3 straight in the first round, and then you realize that it wasn't that's not going to happen. And just like any time that we lose, I always think of like 20 things that I could have done differently, and things that I tried to do differently that day that probably backfired and did us wrong. But I'm also learning that serving and passing has always been so paramount, but it's extremely paramount down the stretch, in that serving and passing has to be integrated into every practice no matter what. And for my boy season coming up, I'm really going to try and integrate a lot of serving practice every day as much as I can, and just get a better squad of dudes together that can do all the serves in a various array of them, and just have them feel confident that when they need to serve a ball in, they can also. But it ends on a Thursday, and then Friday now I have an extra 3 hours every, like 5 days a week now. And so that's more time I get back, and I've been able to work from home now too, with the new system that we have for that we have. I didn't have the ability to work from home before. Now I do, and now I realize I can get up early and try and knock out an hour or two before the house comes alive, or I can stay up late and work while the house is simmering down and the girls are gone to bed and the wife's off doing something else. And it's given me the opportunity to run different times, which is not late at night, which I don't prefer at all. It's starting to get a little bit colder too. So anyways, I've got more time now. I've got the time back, and I just been a little more aware of how efficient I've been in various areas of my life, and it's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun trying to figure this whole thing out. And the biggest part was that I wasn't great at lately was trying to get 8 hours, and it's a little more doable. I've been a little bit better at that, and it's I've been able to adjust. We're just not gonna go at all. Everybody's just waiting. Nope, nobody's going. Okay, we're not gonna do this. I'm gonna flip around. And come on. Okay. Now I'm stuck here. And no one's gonna. Okay. I came to my daughter's school for. Are you kidding me? I came to my daughter's school for a meeting, but now people are they're just in the middle of the road, stopped right here, just waiting until school gets out. Is that what we're gonna do? It is. I don't know what time it is because I have this thing on. Dang, people are really just gonna do this? This is a little bit. I don't want to do this. I'm just gonna break the law and do this. Dude, freaking white America, so pretentious, dude. Everybody's so pretentious. Just stopping up the street. Hey, someone's gonna do the same thing I did. I'm just gonna park away and then walk all of 2 minutes to try and go to school. God forbid we have to walk, dude. Oh my gosh, what would we do if we had to walk and we can't just drive straight up to the school to pick our kids up? Oh my goodness. don't even get me started on school, dude. I don't think I'm a believer anymore. But hey, if my kid needs a little bit of help, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try and help them. Anyways, yeah, just a little more aware of the time, and this is very rambly, and it's gonna be like that sometimes. And life is rambly sometimes, but it takes apparently 39, almost 40 years to figure it out, but I'm slowly but surely doing it. I think I'm gonna end it here because I don't know what time it is, and it must be close. So, but yeah,